The best advice for college students who want to get ahead. They say that the best time to invest was 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. And for the young generation still studying, investing as early as they can be very rewarding. That's why it's truly inspiring when we get messages from young people who are interested in investing even if they are still studying, which is the inspiration of this episode. In this episode, we'll give our best financial advice for college students who want to get ahead faster. But take note, investing is actually not the best advice. It's good advice, but we don't think it's the best. With that said, here is what we believe to be the best advice for students who want to get ahead. Number 1, discover your unique thing. Basically, don't be average. College is the time to be exploring and finding your own path. The last thing you would want to be is average, to be just like your other batchmates, even though you may be socially rewarded for fitting in. By definition, you can never get ahead if you remain average. You can never get ahead if your goal is to just fit in. So, what does it mean to find your own path? It means allowing yourself to be passionate at something, whether that's academics or being active in your extracurricular organizations. You have the artists, you've got the geeks who are wildly interested in tech or this particular hobby, you have the musicians, the athletes, and many more. And take note that these unique passions can exist outside of your respective course or degree. So, if we were to make you a video game character, what would your stats look like? Would it look like this, where you're average in academics but excellent in leadership and no creative skills, average athleticism, none in music, but you've got special abilities where you're highly charismatic and people respect and look up to you? Or maybe this one, you're average in academics, you've got no leadership skills, but you're super awesome when it comes to your art and your creativity. And maybe your special ability is you're volunteering for graphic design in your church community. The last thing you'd want to be is this: average, average, no special skills, average, no special skills. So, what's your special thing? What can make you stand out? If you don't have one yet, then the solution is to follow your curiosity, to discover one that you can get really passionate about. And if you've already got your thing, then here's the next idea. Number 2, follow mastery and excellence, not just the fun. A common misinterpretation of following your own path during college, aside from just being average, is pursuing the wrong path for the wrong reasons. An example of this would be a student who gets addicted to video games or card games, and this person forgets about academics, drops out, and becomes an out-of-school youth. And again, this person might be saying, well, my path is to become a professional gamer, that's my thing. And that could be a path in today's world where esports is a thing. But the question is, was this person chasing mastery and excellence in their field, or was it just chasing fun with friends? Is the path you're on just an escape from school? If yes, then you've got to reevaluate where you are and where you are going, and what's your attitude? Is it the right attitude? Or are you going after excellence? If the path one chooses is in video games or say in music and you want to be a professional gamer or musician and it's got nothing to do with what you're studying right now, that's okay as long as you are pursuing that subject with mastery and excellence. And a good sign of following mastery is when things get tough, even when the fun stops, you persist. You continually challenge yourself to get better and better at your craft. You continually test your own limits, trying to overcome it. This is what it means to follow mastery and excellence. With that, let's go to the final idea. Number 3, have confidence in your learnings and experiences. When you're in college, you will be surrounded by people who want to give you advice on what they think is best for you. These can be your parents, titos or titas, teachers, senior classmates, and even today, well, you've got me via YouTube telling you what to do. So our advice is to listen to your own inner voice based on your own experiences. And the best way I can explain that is by sharing 2 stories from college. The first one is from myself. Back in college, one of my goals was to be a professional gamer. And one thing I realized early on was that to be a professional gamer, I needed lots of time to practice. So I decided that in my 5-year course at that time, I would advance as many units as I could so that on my final year, I would only have 3 to 6 units and I could devote the rest to playing games. By my 3rd year, I was already 18 units advanced. Again, the purpose of all this was to play video games on my last year. But things changed. I got more active in a student organization, and from handling small projects, I eventually became the vice president for the academics committee of that org. Little did I know that eventually I would become the president of one of the largest organizations in our college. Now, having that experience led me to stand out when it came to internship applications on our final year. It allowed me to stand out and get an internship with one of the most sought-after multinational companies during the job fair. Among the thousands of 4th-year students, they typically just select only 3 to 4 interns. During the internship, well, my experience of it kind of sucked. It felt weird working in an office, dressing up in long sleeves and going to the office and doing small talk with random people. It just wasn't me. Based on that experience now, I already knew that the corporate path wasn't going to be for me. That's why on my final year, I no longer applied with the multinational companies and decided to become a teacher. And I'm going to fast track here, but eventually, that's also what led to me becoming an entrepreneur and then running my own business at the age of 26. Let's now go to the second story, this time of another friend. My friend was an absolute geek and a nerd and could go on and on about world history and computers. Now, this guy had a huge crush on a teen celebrity back then. So what he did was he created a fan page for this celebrity. This was during the time when internet use was just starting to spread, and most people were just using it for Yahoo Messenger. Well, he at that time was already able to build websites. He was geeking about that stuff. And so his fan site got bigger, and later on, it became the official fan site for that celebrity. More people approached him to design websites even while he was still studying. He was already earning $20,000 up to $40,000 per month from these side projects as a student. Now, I share these two stories with you, not to tell you to be active in student orgs or to study to build websites. Instead, it's to inspire you to forge your own path and have the guts and courage to follow through it based on your experiences. With that, how do you get ahead? Let's summarize. Here are the 3 things. Number 1, discover your unique thing. Don't be average. Number 2, follow mastery and excellence, not just the fun. Number 3, have confidence in your experiences. If anything, I hope that this episode gave you permission to be different. Heck, even permission to be a little weird. Be confident in yourself. As long as you're chasing mastery and not just the fun, you'll know you're on the right path. Hey there, J3 here, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered how ordinary Filipinos like you and me can achieve long-lasting wealth? Like, honestly, hindi yung pinanganak na mayaman na o hindi kailangan manalo sa loto. Well, I've thought about that question for a long time. In fact, I've been studying it for more than 10 years already. And I'm excited to share with you what I have discovered. So, there are actually just 5 rules that you need to know in order to achieve wealth. Follow these 5 rules and you will gain wealth. But if you ignore these rules, you'll end up with financial struggle and poverty. Now, I want to share with you this training, and I put it in an online seminar called The 5 Rules of Wealth. And I truly believe that this training is what every Filipino should have been taught in school. Hindi naman tayo tinuruan tungkol sa pera sa school, di ba? Now, this is the reason why I've made this training for free. Just go to pinoymoneyacademy.com/5RW, sign up, and start learning. Hope to see you there.